the top guys will already have their eyes on it. They'll know their strategy. They'll know what they've got to do. Even talking too much to people can get you. I mean, I know from experience. I used to go and lock myself in a trailer. So here we go.
All right, so Brett Thompson, David Toms, TNT Racing. It's dynamite, and he's been dynamite right out of the blocks from the start of the day. Brett from Rotorua and Dave from Pio Pio. I don't even know where Pio Pio is. It's got to be up the road, down the road, or across the road.
It's actually called Pew Pew.
Pew Pew.
Pew Pew, mate. But the locals call it P10, P10.
Right,
yeah,
so
coming around. Here we go. Split.
And a 31.244 there for Dave Brett Thompson.
Nice and tidy. He's really pushing hard early. First bit of the track was good. He'll be disappointed he didn't do a sub 31 for that split, but he's working on it to bring it home. Let's see if he can do a sub 50.
And does it with a 49.483 and washed a bit of time off with that constant left-hander after that loop. So, yeah, very interesting. We've got our one of our rescue crew down there just putting the witch's hat back in line there. Isn't it interesting? I'll tell you, the land of the sheep everywhere, land of the witch's hats, really, isn't it? Jeez, there's a lot of them going around the country.
Oh, mate, I do recall you saying the other day about it. I mean, certainly we are the road cone.
That was actually
central.
Chris Franklin, to be fair.
Well,
so,
yeah. Mind you, we're quite clever with them over here. A lot of Kiwi ingenuity. I've seen guys running out of fuel in their car on the side of the road, using it as a funnel to refill. I've seen people wear them as hats to parties. I've seen all sorts. We've seen them up Christmas trees, up on top of a tree as high as you can get. You wonder how the hell they get them up there. So.
Oh, that is just a beautiful way to do it. Doug Twist, the twisty man. He's coming out on track in Extreme Racing. So great to see him out on track again. And wow, what a big improvement from Q1 today. He was all over the shop. There was aggression. There was all sorts of things going on. And Extreme Racing with Doug Twist at the helm, really starting to get into the right end of it. A little bit slow around that hairpin, but he's not throwing the boat in and out of it, and that is important.
Absolutely, he dug it in, boom, down there at the hairpin. There's no doubt about it, but certainly he's clawing his way back through. A little bit of hop skibbity as he gets out of the top, through the split. He's certainly got a bit of work to do, but you've got to give Doug credit where credit's due. I mean, at the start of the day, he had an absolute horror show. We watched him get around here and wondered how the hell he was going to complete a circuit. But
well, that was a bit untidy coming through the flip-flops there. That was expressive as he did in the first lap, but he still tidied that up, as terrible as it was. So Doug Twist with a 58.235, had a good outcome.
I tell you what, he's happier than a dog with two diddles. I saw him come through the finish line there, and both fists were up. He's given himself a high five, and clearly the navigator as well. So obviously they're very happy with the way things are going. So well done to Doug and the team.
And a big yell out to Chris Kent, our pit reporter over there in WA, and fantastic bloke, great bloke, great bloke to work with as well, Leighton. And we'll be catching up with him at the Keith Diesel Derby round. So really looking forward to that. He's made a comment there that we can't repeat, but he's saying g'day. Have
you let me finish reading it? Look, g'day, Shrek and KV, I think he said.
Yeah, no, he said, great to hear the KV and Shrek show going so well.
We'll work on that one. Hey, Chris, g'day from me, mate, and certainly look forward to working with you again. He's an absolute superstar over there. He does so much good work on that ramp, and mate, we can milk a good story when we get those stories out of the ramp.
Oh yeah, and always great value as well. In fact, I'm going to catch up with him next weekend in Perth.
Oh right,
got a bit of comedy, bit of commentary, and hanging out in Perth. But Matthew Harrop now in the Sprint Tech Boats Group A qualifying round 4. Matt Harrop, got a boogie on here in the low limits machine.
Matty Harrop, new Plymouth man. Really new to the sport, but I tell you what, he's coming on strong. Richard Burt, his mentor, really. Oh, a little bit ugly down there, Matty. But certainly Richard Burt's put a lot of work into this boat and this hull. And obviously, he's not scared of it. He's standing on the jandle. He's into it.
Yeah, look, great to see Matty Harrop coming along the split. He's very tidy at a 32.138. He must be into the C4 energy drinks that'll be coming on board the No Limits team. So he's oversteer.
Yeah.
And gets away with it.
Yeah, he just dropped a signature down the end there, and it looked like a big S, and I think he was about to have one. Because
I'll
tell you what,
got
through.
That's a 50.229 for Matty, and that is great to see. And Pinky sitting in the silly seat there. So Moist as No Limits Racing.
Oh, lucky to get away with that. Absolute scrub some time off the back there, but still managed to get just over a 50. So I'll tell you what, it goes to show what he was on if he'd nailed it.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you go down to the pit area, check out the No Limits team there against the far fence as you walk in there. They got the C4 energy drink down there, and they're going to give away a couple of cans and probably keep the kids away from that. But I've got the Arctic snow cone flavour going on up here, and it doesn't taste too bad. I reckon that'll keep me going till Tuesday.
Righto, radioactive, look out. Super smooth. Let's hope remember he had the boat engine cut out last time down at the PSP hairpin. Keep an eye. Ross Travers, he'll want to lay it down. He needs to whack one in.
Super Mario. And, that is, geez, he's good at it. He really is. The man from Fort L runs the Fort L garage and the Fort L dairy down there. It's got the poster. It's got everything going on down there in Fort L. That's a much better exit out of the hairpin there for Super Mario Ross Travers.
You notice the hull doesn't lean much, just stays up, nice and solid. He works on the corners, he'll bring it round. Split time's a good one. 30.443. Lost a little bit of time exiting the hairpin. Just grabbed a gulp for the unit, but this is where he straight lines it. This is where he's good.
That's where he picks up time each and every time. And so Ross Travers will be happy with this run. All going well and across the line. Good time there for Super Mario with a 47.836.
Yeah, that was a real big finish for that second half of the track for Ross. I love the way he finished over the line. Got that absolute exit of that island bang on. So, I think if he can get to work on that hairpin, he's back in that 46 club. We know who's in the 46 club, and they're not far in front of him. And that is the two that are about left to come. The two big guns, NZ1 and World 1.
So really interesting how this is going to unfold. We're into Q4 now. We've got the Sprint Tech Group A. So we've got these two left to run for the Group A. Then we're going to run into our Unlimited. Then we're going to have our lunch break. It'll be a good opportunity to... and don't forget to slip, slop, slap, ladies and gentlemen. This bit of cloud cover now cooled things down, but this sun will be ripping into skin. So make sure you get the sunscreen on, slap on a hat, don't get dehydrated. And it is Ollie Silverton, Jess Sid, PSP Racing. Reigning world champion. Beaten last year for the NZ Series by Cy Gibbon, and that would have hurt. That would have hurt Ollie Silverton. That would have hurt the PSP team.
Absolutely. Look at the work Jess Sit's doing down there, whacking her hand down, driving Ollie to the corner. Ollie is all guns blazing. The way this hull is operating, the Sprint Tech versus a Stinger, beautifully out of there, round to the split. What a cracking time, 29.4. Cracker.
That is an absolute weapon of a run so far. Ollie Silverton and Jess Sid got the elbows out, really super aggressive, and you can really feel the G-forces from up here. Ollie Silverton, Jess Sid, 46.087, 46.087.
Oh, mate, I really thought that was going to be a 45, and that was still great. He pulled out of a little bit of gas coming over the line. I'm sure he had it lift early. But
that is a great run. Now, will the team be telling Cy Gibbon what that time was, or are they just going to say, you know what, Cy, you go out and do what you need to do? This is where team dynamics come into it. Some drivers want to know what the previous bloke did. Others go, I don't want to know. Just let me do my thing.
It will be blow for blow. These
so
guys...
For Davis Auto Group as well as Wood Park Cottages. This is going to be a good run.
It'll be a great run, mate. Either one wants to be leading going into lunch. No. Lights out. We've got a bit of a problem with the fuel.
Yeah, no, that's not a comfortable situation there for Cy Gibbon. Just to state the obvious, I would have thought.
Well, absolutely, mate. He's done the right thing. He's given it a bit of gas. He's run out of fuel. Something's cut out. He's either I don't think he's losing spark, but just sounded like he might have a bit of a fuel. We heard one of the guys say earlier they got a bit of grit come through one of the fuel lines and block one of the lean-off valves. So these Group A's, they run on a mechanical pump, and they're quite a high volume. So it only takes one bit of grit to get through there and cause you grief. So they'll go and check that in the lunch break. It's a disappointment to see how that blow was going to finish, but I'm sure he'll be back. There's no major stuff going on there.
No, not at all. Sales for Davis Class New Zealand, Scott's Construction, Woodbank Park Cottages, Scott Waterjet Performance Autos, King Watercraft and Justin Neal Engineering. Really disappointing there for side Sarah Gibbon. But look, that's just how it goes. We are now going to go to qualifying for in the methanol sucking monsters that are the unlimited superboats. And down on the ramp, ladies and gentlemen, we have the wide machine with Aaron Hansen and Julianne Shanks. The Ghosties back ready to go with Richard Burt.